words can even explain right now how I feel.
This whole band is my family.
Amazing role models, and the music is just absolutely fabulous.
I'm here with Cass.
Yes, bless. What you saying? Everything good? Yeah.
And this is like, I feel like we see each other all the time,
Yes, yes.
but always different places. So I've seen you in Trinidad, I've seen you in St. Kitts and Nevis, that's where I'm from, and now we're here in Barbados.
Yes, and we are Caribbean people, traveling Caribbean people, so, we're gonna cross paths all the time,
Yeah, I feel like you are one of those artists that is like one Caribbean, like you are the face of one Caribbean when it comes to soca music.
I definitely believe in that, I think that we're so connected and we have so much in common, but yet our differences are really amazing as well too. So, the Caribbean for me for the last few years, traveling with music, has just brought me so much joy, because it's like every place has its own soul, and you become more a Caribbean person than just a Trinbagonian, so I am a little part of St. Kitts, a little part of St. Lucia, Jamaica, everywhere,
That's nice. So we're in Barbados now.
Yes, Bim now.
Bim, I love Bim. So if you, like, on this scene here, I had an interview with, I've interviewed Peter Ram. He talks a lot about how the music, the soundscape is changing, how it used to be Trinidadian music and Bajan music, and, how do you feel about that? And if you could choose an artist, a Bajan artist to collaborate with, who would that be?
It's crazy that the last few years, we've kind of all been influencing each other. I always remember the first time I heard Bajan soca, as we call it in Trinidad, Bajan Invasion. It was the days of Crossfire when they did Pump Me Up and all these things. And actually Edwin Yearwood was somebody who influenced my style in soca, the style that I chose to approach soca, which was more of the soul and the R&B mixed with the soca melodies, and I enjoyed that. And so it was cool to see that then after a while Trinidad now influenced Barbados and Barbados influenced Trinidad.
Yes.
So there's a very unique relationship between the two islands. To me, the evolution is inevitable. If you look at reggae and dancehall, it's not owned by Jamaicans, just solely Jamaicans anymore. It's really around the world in different languages, and we want that for soca music. So I'm very in support of people trying soca music and all the extensions and everything. And just go with it, This is art, and it's meant for us to play with and try different things, and So I'm excited about it. I'm not in any way, threatened or anything. I just think it's amazing how it grows.
I think it just makes for much better music.
Sure does. And any single artist, there's a few out there definitely. There's as I say, Edwin, Allison, like the ones who really done some amazing things, not just for their country but for soca music, and there's younger ones as well too coming up young, but one of the legendary producers that I've always wanted to kind of do some more work with was Nicholas Branca. He's definitely a behind the scenes guy, but so much a part of the Bajan sound. So it could be artists, but it could also be producers,
So you have a lot now of what I call new soca classics for me. Wow. You've got Tuesday on the Rocks. I love Tuesday on the Rocks. You've got What List, you've got People, you've got so many anthems. What can we expect in the future from Cass?
Just more music and more vibes, and we just can continue to make the world a smaller place. We don't only do soca and calypso. We just a Caribbean music band. So when you see a reggae song, people always do that. Like if I release a dancehall, no, it's dance hall. It's dancehall. It's dancehall music, and because we sing soca, they call it a soca song. Say no, it's not soca. It's dancehall. We do dancehall. We do reggae. We do soca. We do pop. We just don't limit the expression of like what we consider music and expression, and it's been great and it's been amazing, and one idea feeds the next and one genre feeds the next, and it's cool. So in the future, just expect some great things. We're continuously at work, and continuously making things bigger and better and cooler.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so here we are with Cass, and you heard it from him. He is like a soca brand ambassador, a Caribbean man, a music brand ambassador.
Yeah.
And thank you for spending time with us here on One Caribbean.
Good vibes, man. One Caribbean, you don't know.
Please report to stage time immediately. Thank you.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for our extended live coverage of the Panalive 2016 competition here at the Allen Lamport Stadium in Toronto for Toronto's Caribbean Carnival. I'm Emily Matson. We've been covering this event for several years. This is the third year that I've had the privilege of being here to cover this Panalive competition, and let me tell you, it is by far the summer's greatest festival here in Toronto, and it's one of the highlights of Toronto's Caribbean Carnival. Last night we were here for the King and Queen competition, so make sure you stay tuned to our Carnival Week coverage, which actually kicks off at 8 o'clock tonight. We're going to take a look back at all the winners, the King and Queen, the individual male and female winners from last night, as well as everything that goes into that King and Queen competition, which is really another big draw of this Carnival Week festivities. So I'm here live. This is supposed to kick off at 7 o'clock, but people are still funneling in. The bands are still getting ready, so it's going to be a little bit before anything really kicks off. You can see some of the bands over here preparing. They've got their steel pans ready, and I'll tell you a little bit about the steel pan. It is the traditional instrument of Trinidad and Tobago. So there are a lot of folks here tonight from Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of people now call Toronto their home. Now that's the stage. This is the first band that's going to be taking the stage. That is the St. Jamestown YC Steel Orchestra, and there are actually 10 bands that are going to be competing tonight at Panalive. It's produced by the Ontario Steel Pan Association. Their mission is to promote excellence in all facets of steel pan in Canada by providing open, accountable leadership in all matters related to the musical instrument. And when this event kicks off, when you start to see these bands compete, make sure you pay attention to who is playing the instruments, because there are children, I would say maybe as young as like 7 or 8 years old, that are playing the steel pan, and it's just amazing to see how great of a job they do. From young to old, Pan Man Pat, he's been doing this for several years. He doesn't necessarily play with the group anymore, but I'm sure, hopefully we'll be able to catch up with him. I introduced you to him a few years ago. He's just a staple, a famous guy, a celebrity in the steel pan area. So like I said, we're waiting for things to kick off. This band is set up. Pay attention to who's playing. They do a fantastic job, and it's going to be really, the stadium is going to come alive. It's going to feel like we are in the Caribbean here in Toronto once you hear all the steel pans start playing. So a fun time. Make sure you stay tuned. We're going to be live here all night until 11 p.m. when this competition is wrapping up. Hopefully we'll be able to get the winner on live for you. So as we wait for things to kick off here, I'm going to toss it to Naima. She's got a story from Barbados we're bringing you tonight. Take a look.
If you've come for crop over or year-round, you should visit the Flavors of Barbados Cabaret Show. I'm here with Christian Broom. Christian, tell me about your show.
Oh, the Flavors of Barbados dinner show. It is an all-inclusive event. It's definitely a must-see. It encompasses the story of Barbados from the Amerindian times, African love story. We have the marketplace. We have many, many scenes, and the audience just loved it tonight. We also feature local performers at crop over time. We had Alison Hines performing tonight, and it was a lovely environment. The ambience was nice. Did you enjoy the show?
I did. I particularly enjoyed the limbo because there was fire. It's always good when there's fire.
Yes, her name is Blackamoor. She's the top limbo artist in Barbados. It's a pleasure to have her here at Flavors of Barbados. Did you join in with the limbo?
I didn't join in with the limbo, but I did join in with the Muckajumbis.
Okay. Now,
so if people are interested in attending your show, how would they do that?
okay, well, you can contact us on Facebook, Flavors of Barbados, and you can email us at info@searocksdome.com, and that's the location, Sea Rocks Dome. We're located Maxwell Coast Road, Christchurch, and the Flavors of Barbados is right here every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
So if you want to enjoy the flavors of Barbados, come here, be with me and Christian, and enjoy.
We're just starting to kick off festivities. I'm going to step out of the way. The national anthem, Canadian national anthem, is being played by the steel pan. Take a listen. that for a rendition of the Canadian national anthem done by the steel pan? Very fitting. The opening ceremonies are just getting underway. So we'll take a listen in on the announcer, and she's going to explain the theme and what's happening tonight.
I am your host, Roma Sansa. And I am your co-host and commentator of the evening, And as we get ready to commemorate the emancipation of slavery in the then British colonies this Monday, August 1.
And these are the judges here that are just walking in to the judges' table.
From out of the barrack yards of Port of Spain, Trinidad, to concert halls and stadiums the world over. To remind us of this, let's welcome 6 times Calypso monarch of Canada, Malcolm Fifi, singing the fierce resistance of the pan movement, the Calypso talent made famous by the mighty Terror. She's accompanied tonight by visiting Carnival's Steel Orchestra from Trinidad and Tobago. Ladies and gentlemen, Malcolm Fifi.
So just getting some opening Pan Alive competition festivities happening before we kick things off here at the Allen Lamport Stadium for the 2016 Pan Alive Steel Pan Competition. For the past 3 years, Pan Fantasy has come out on top. The Pan Fantasy Steel Orchestra led by Wendy Jones. But there are 9 other bands that are going to be looking to take that crown from them this year.
Oh, Trinidad and Tobago.
I'm here at Tapas on the beautiful South Coast with Alfredo. Good night, Alfredo.
Hello, good night.
Thank you for having us here at Tapas.
Thank you for coming.
Now, Tapas is one of, I love Barbados and I love tapas. It's
Thanks.
one of the first places I ever came to eat. And so I'm really glad to be able to share this with our viewing audience. Tell them why they should also come to enjoy food at Tapas.
Well, first of all, for the food, of course. We are a restaurant and we like to prepare food, we like to serve people. And on top of that one, we have a fantastic location. We are right on the boardwalk of Barbados, of the South Coast. The sea is right next door, next to us. And we have most of the tables that are right next to the ocean.
So the restaurant's called Tapas.
Yes, it's called a tapas because we have a tapas menu, but we have a regular menu. The chef is an Italian guy, he's my business partner. He's been in London for many years, so we serve a little bit of everything.
So what do you think are some of your favorites that if somebody was coming here and could only choose something to eat at Tapas, what would be your favorite that you would recommend to somebody?
Among the tapas, I personally like the ceviche and quinoa salad, the tuna carpaccio, and then the salt and pepper shrimp are a very big sell.
Now I know here at Tapas you have an awesome bar.
Yes, thanks. The guys are mixologists here and they love to create a lot of drinks. They use vegetables, they use fruit, they use everything fresh, and they love to prepare anything special for you. So just ask for something special and you will get it.
I see something special coming now.
Come, Nathan.
See? Were we telling the truth or what? Thank you.
Mr. Iglesias from Tobago.
Good evening and welcome back to the Pan Alive 2016 competition, Steel Pan competition, which is about to get underway any moment now. We've got organizers making some opening remarks here, and we've got the judges that are now just taking the table. And we'll hear from them later on exactly what they're looking for in terms of what puts these different bands on top. I know they've got a tough job ahead of them tonight because if it's been anything like years past, there's lots of competitors, lots of great competitors. Now, the first band is getting ready to kick off here just momentarily. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about St. Jamestown Youth Center Steel Orchestra. As I said, I wasn't sure of the age. 6 years old. The band here comprises of band members 6 to 21 years old. So this is a youth theater program based right here in Toronto. They actually released their first CD in December of 2004, and they took a trip to the Bahamas in 1999, where they received an award from the Ministry of Tourism. So they've been around for some time. They've actually were formed back in 1993, and a lot of these bands were created to help keep the spirit of the steel pan alive in the youth. The steel pan, as I've been saying, it's the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago. So a lot of folks here from that island, those island nations here in Toronto, have moved here to call Toronto their home and will come here tonight for the competitions to hear their music. And that's really what Toronto's Caribbean Carnival is all about. It's all about the colors that you saw last night with the costumes at the King and Queen competition, and then the music, the soca, calypso, chutney music, reggae music, of course. So the music of the Caribbean is a big part of this festival, and the steel pan, of course, is a major part of that as well. Again, keeping it alive for the youth. This is the St. Jamestown Youth Center Steel Orchestra that is going to be kicking things off. Again, we'll hear from the judges on what they're looking for, but we'll take a peek at them throughout the evening here and there, and you'll see them jotting notes, paying attention. It's part of the performance as well. So as we wait, they're going to start any moment now. So let's go to a quick commercial break before we get started here at the Allen Lamport Stadium in Toronto for the 2016 Steel Pan competition. Stick with us. Welcome back to the 2016 Steel Pan competition. You're listening to St. Jamestown Youth Center Steel Orchestra. 2016 Steel Pan Competition. You just heard the first band kick off tonight's competition, St. Jamestown Steel Orchestra. The next band getting ready, they're getting set up. You can see behind me here, they're getting their steel pans ready. They're the Golden Harps International is the name of the next band that's going to be performing here. The judges are, you can see them, they're tallying up their scores from the first band as the next one gets set up to do their thing. So as we get set up, we're going to go to a story now from Marley Hall. Take a look.
Hi everyone, I'm Marley Hall here in Aruba at Baby Beach at Big Mama Grill, and I'm here with Little Big Mama, Letiza Raven. So tell me about this place.
Okay, we are here for 5 years. We are a restaurant. We are international cuisine.
So this is your mother's business that you're now operating and working in?
Yes, the real Big Mama is my mother, but yes, I'm ruling the show right now. I'm doing everything, cooking, everything.
Ruling the show, I like that. So tell me about this Flintstone theme that you have here.
Yes, it was my father's idea. We got the tables all the way from Brazil, and then when we got the tables, he said, wow, it looks nice. Let me do it in Flintstones because the tables looks like a Flintstones.
So tell me about some of your customers. Are they international tourists? Are they locals? Who are they?
Well, we have international locals everywhere, from the States, from everywhere, every part of the world. Aruba is a small country, but trust me, we get tourists from all over, Germany, Holland, name it.
You're right here on Baby Beach. This is such a great location. How did you get it?
Well, like I said, it was a struggling 15 years ago. We are here with the chairs and the cabanas first, and then my father started with the restaurant, name it Big Mama. As you see, Baby Beach is a very nice beach. The snorkeling is tremendous. The food here is top of the line, so I will invite all of you guys to come here at Baby Beach to spend a nice day with Big Mama.
From Baby Beach at Big Mama Grill, I'm Marley Hall for One Caribbean Television.
All right, welcome back here to the Steel Pan Competition. Again, we're just waiting for the second band. They're setting up, they're getting their steel pans and their drums in place as they get ready to compete in this year's competition. Now, this is the Golden Harps International is the name of this band. They are the senior performing ensemble of the Brampton Community All-Steel Percussion Concert Band. That was founded back in 2007. The program's also to keep people interested in all backgrounds, of all ages. So, but they say the focus really is the youth in their community. So Golden Harps is populated by students who have graduated from the summer camp and their junior programs, and they get to this level and are able to compete in the steel pan competition. The band says they're committed to developing a repertoire of jazz and world music. So it'll be interesting to hear them perform in just a little bit as they set up. Now let's take a peek at what they're going to be performing. Their tune of choice tonight is Oil and Music by Machel Montano. So we all know him. A hit, that's going to be a hit. We'll probably hear that a lot during this Caribbean Carnival here in Toronto. So Oil and Music is what they're going to be performing. That's their tune of choice. The Golden Harps have been competing here at this steel pan competition for several years. I know I've heard them I remember them from last year, and they have young age ranges, as you can see here, getting ready. And that's really, again, what this steel pan is all about. It's the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago. So a lot of people here in the audience are from Trinidad and Tobago, as well as a lot of the performers. And when I speak to parents and the youth alike, the youth are just really excited to take part in their heritage, you know, to live it and bring it alive here in Toronto for the Steel Pan Competition.
Hi there, I'm Lila Hall alongside John Stalin. Welcome into a Carnival week. I was just about to say before we came on, we need to rub our Moco Jumbo here.
You rub your Moco Jumbo. I'm okay, thank you.
Oh goodness, you can already see what kind of a night we're in for tonight.
Right.
I just want to talk about yesterday quickly. Some of those costumes, yes I do, some of those costumes were magnificent.
They always are up there in Toronto.
my
They
goodness.
do it right, and it's so hot up there as well. It's so hot up there as well. We're talking temperatures into the upper 20s, low 30s, and a lot of humidity out there. So wearing those costumes, you got to be in shape as well.
Very hot, yes. You could see they had, when they were coming off the stage, they had multiple people rush them to like help pull them off.
Yeah,
so that was a pretty interesting show, and we're also going to tell you who the winners are, since They didn't quite announce them right before we ended our live coverage there, but if you're just tuning in tonight, you know we've been bringing you live coverage from the world's largest steel pan competitions at Pan Alive in Toronto. And last night, like we were just talking, we mentioned we were covering the King and Queen competition. We got to see those awesome performances. It's really incredible how they get all that stuff together just for one night.
They must rub their mumbo jumbo.
Their moco jumbies.
Yeah, that's right. All right, we have some pretty exciting contests also going on here. OCTV has partnered with Soca on the Seas cruise lines. We're giving away an all-inclusive, that's right, cruise for two. The winner will set sail from Miami, that's Miami in English, in October for 3 nights, 4 days. And you can enter on our website or socaoftheseas.com. Plus, we're giving away an iPod Mini, a GoPro, and
Visa gift card.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
That was my money.
Yeah, is that how you're making it rain?
Yes,
yeah, okay.
making it rain Visa gift card.
All right, you don't want to miss out on that, of course. Chance to win. We'll tell you how to do that all through the night.
All right, and tonight we have more adventures from Joey and Naima in Barbados. But before we get back to those two, let's check back in with Emily Matson, who's live in Toronto at the Pan Alive competition.
Welcome back. We're here in Toronto for the 2016 Pan Alive competition. 2 bands so far have performed tonight, and let me tell you, they have been fantastic. We've been live here since 7 o'clock this evening, but welcome to our Carnival week coverage, where we're sure to have a good time for the next 2 hours here listening to some steel pan. Steel pan is the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, so there are a lot of youth that are involved in these bands, and it's all to try kind of keep the tradition, the Caribbean culture, Trinidad and Tobago heritage alive here in Toronto. Now, Panatics Steel Band Network is who is setting up next to perform. They each get a certain amount of time to perform during this competition, and there are 10 bands that we're going to be hearing from tonight. So the judges, there are 2, 4, 6 judges, and they have a lot of work ahead of them tonight. We'll also hear from them about what exactly are they looking for. It's not just the music, how they sound. Of course, that's a big part of it, but also the performance, the design, you know, that if you'll see a lot of them are young and a lot of them are having an absolute blast. So this is a fun time. Please stick with us throughout the evening because there are several different bands competing tonight, and it is just such a fun time. It really is bringing the culture alive, the Trinidad and Tobago culture alive here in Toronto. Now, last night we were here for the King and Queen competition. That was another big event here in Toronto during Toronto's Caribbean Carnival week. It's been happening for 3 weeks, but this is kind of the big part of it, the big highlights, the King and Queen competition, this competition, as well as, of course, the Grand Parade, which we're going to be there for on Saturday as well. But last night, as I mentioned, was the King and Queen competition, where they announced the winner, King and Queen winners, in the male and female individuals as well. A little bit smaller costumes, but still great, indeed great with the different colorfuls, the elaborate costumes. So we're going to take a look back now at the winners of the male and female individual showcase last night, which was also here at the Allen Lamport Stadium. Take a look. The 2016 King and Queen competition yet again did not disappoint. The evening began with the female and male individual showcase, and for these competitors, it's an opportunity to bring their Caribbean culture alive here in Toronto.
It's actually fun. I mean, people over there and the audience and the vibes of the Caribbean, it's very awesome.
Fabulous, fabulous. A taste of my country, Trinidad, which I've also performed and won a few times. So it's great to do it here on the stage here in Toronto.
Unbelievable. It's my culture and I love it. And I get to show my colors.
Selena with Tribal Carnival won the female individual with her portrayal of the Bird of Paradise.
Carnival Nation.
And Carnival Nation's Corey Johnson came out on top of the male individual showcase.
It's amazing. This is the first year I've ever done it. I was extremely nervous going out onto that stage. I didn't know what to do, what to expect. And then I just got out there and there was lots of energy. The crowd, they were just phenomenal. It was so hype. And like near the end, I was really tired, but I pulled through and I got off. And then after recovering about half an hour, I was like, I'm ready to do this again. So, I mean, this has been a phenomenal experience for me.
Corey's from Trinidad, so he says he's very excited for this opportunity to celebrate his Caribbean culture right here in Toronto.
I look forward to this every year. I think that within this culture, there's just so much inclusion that happens and that people just get together and celebrate, and there's such a positive vibe.
Sometimes I feel like I don't wanna leave, oh no. Right now I feel like a champion.
Hi, everybody. Joey Stevens along with Bob the Parrot. And, of course, I hope you remember from last night, my co-host, Naima Hazelin. It's nice to be back with you.
It's great to be back. Good night, everybody.
You look absolutely gorgeous tonight.
Why,
you dressed up
thank
for the
you, Joey.
occasion.
Yes, I was trying to look as good as Bob. You know, I don't like for him to show me up.
Well, you did a good job.
Thanks, Bob.
Good day today?
It just makes me blush.
Did you have a good day?
It was a great day.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Happy Friday to you, by the way. We certainly hope your day's been well. If you weren't with us last night, we had a chance to kind of kick off Crop Over. That's what we're doing here in Barbados. Another Crop Over and another year on this beautiful island, and we're so glad
to be here.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, Crop Over is one of the bigger festivals in the Caribbean.
Yep.
You know, you've got Trinidad, and then you've got Barbados, and then you've got, you know, a lot of the other islands. But there's something really special about this festival, and so we really hope that we're going to be able to share that with you this week.
I want to mention once again that we are broadcasting again tonight from the Accra Beach Hotel Resort and Spa in Christchurch, which is a beautiful area of the island. We've been here before many times.
Beautiful. Rockley Christchurch, really lovely area. Yeah.
It is. They got a little karaoke going. Did you hear the karaoke in the background tonight?
Yeah, it's really good. I actually thought there was a live band. I was like, no, this one actually sounds
honest
good.
to God, there was a lady singing over there a little bit earlier. I thought it was a recording. She was so good.
Just lovely. This one's nice as well.
All kinds of things going on here. All kinds of parties. Besides all the stuff that's happening on the street. By the way, we'll be bringing it to you over the next several nights, so we certainly hope that you're going to be with us, right?
That's
You've been
correct.
out and about. You've been busy. You've been here early.
I really should be a bit tired by now, you know?
You would think.
Yeah, Crop Over really could take it out of you, but it's just so much fun. It's worth it.
And you get going with the adrenaline, right?
You get going with the adrenaline. You just keep going and going.
One of the things that I really like about Crop Over is besides the jump up in the street party and the music and the soca, there's a lot of cultural events that go on here. Art exhibits, we're going to show you some of those. One I want to show you right now was a folk concert that we had a chance to cover for you just the other night. And I'd like to spend a little of that with you right now and kind of give you a flavor of the island from now through the past.
We present a folk concert for TV, hosted by young people, bringing the heritage of folk music from a youth perspective for all ages.
Yes, we had a say in the making of the show. In fact, all the backdrop you will see here are works of Barbadian youth and portray life at times from a youth's perspective.
Save John Gill, let the ice house burn. The ice house
everybody. We're in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's Carnival time. Vincimas. We're at Victoria Stadium, which holds about 3,500 people, and I'd say it's pretty much full tonight because we are experiencing one of the big events. It's the Steel and Glitter Panorama. Yeah, it's pan music. But instead of me telling you all about it, I think the best way is to listen and to hear from some of the people that make it all happen. Aaron, another great performance tonight. How do you feel?
Well, I feel overwhelmed. I feel great. I just hope the band be successful tonight, and we, just embrace the people's hearts with the music.
You're being shy. You're the 6-time champion here, folks. I mean, this band, it's like who comes in second, right? What do you think, really? How many bands tonight performing?
Well, it's 8 bands performing tonight, and I think San will have a good chance to win the Panorama tonight again.
You really think you got a good chance tonight to win?
Yeah, I do. I really do. Yeah.
What goes into putting on a performance like this? You guys don't just get together and perform. How long do you perform? What goes into putting this together?
Well, this thing is a long preparation, very, very long preparation, months of rehearsal, and dedication, and many hours. So yeah, it's tough on the players and stuff, but they love doing this thing. So, and it's a vibe, so they will always do it.
Come back, we're going to take a look at 2015's King and Queen winners from Toronto's Caribbean Carnival. That is next. Welcome back. Last night was the big King and Queen competition in Toronto, and we heard earlier who the winners were for the individual competition. But right now we want to take a look back at 2015's King and Queen winners from last summer, so let's look at that right now.
Before the King and Queen competition, male and female individuals took to the stage, masquerading in colorful costumes in hopes to land a spot in the top 3.
Basically, long nights, hard work, and I went up there, I did my thing, and I'm all relaxed and just waiting for the road.
I'm hoping to be in the first 3 because this is way back the history of Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago, and I've been playing Carnival for the last 30 years. I was born in Trinidad, but I grew up in Toronto, so I grew up with Carnival all my life.
It's an amazing event with bands and groups working together for weeks, even months to prepare.
It's just our culture and getting together, bringing people together, putting colors together, just having fun, partying, going on the road, enjoying everything that we created.
Well, it takes about 2 to 3 months because there's a concept, every detail is researched and done very well.
And much like all of the events during the Toronto Caribbean Carnival, for the performers, it's all about bringing their Caribbean culture to life.
Every year I look forward to it, year and year again, because I live in Montreal. So every year I come to, to Toronto, and I go back to Trinidad as well to keep my culture alive.
I'm actually Guyanese, and my husband is Trini. So most of his family is back home, all my family is here. But this is our culture, this is our love, and this is our passion, and we just love it.
Panalive 2013 highlighted the Friday night events of the Scotiabank Caribbean Carnival Week. 13 bands showed off their talents in hopes to earn the title of the Best Steel Pan Band. Rain was coming down off and on through the night, and everyone was scrambling to keep the pans dry. One element the bands and orchestras were judged on was the tone of the steel pan.
Well, hopefully we can dry off the pan so at least you can get the true sound from the steel pans, because the water actually dampens the sound.
Ages in the bands ranged from as young as 6 years old up to musicians over the age of 60. Jackson says it's important to get the younger generation involved in playing the steel pan.
A lot of the older, the more mature players are starting to recede from their normal activities. So we need to have the youth. The youth is very important in keeping the pan movement alive, not only in every band, but the whole movement in general alive.
Several of the younger players are second-generation musicians, embracing the love of the steel pan from listening to their parents play.
Well, my parents have played pan since the 80s, so it was just kind of embedded at birth. They always grew up in the pan yard. You're always around it. You just naturally pick up the tendencies and you want to play it.
My father used to play 4 dimensions before, and I was kind of like embedded from birth.
Even with the rain, it was a very energetic crowd cheering for and dancing along with their favorite pan band. This year's winner, Pan Fantasy, earned the title of Best Steel Pan Band for the second year in a row. At Pan Alive 2013 in Toronto, Julie Coates for One Caribbean Television.
Want more Carnival Week? Then log on to onecaribbeantelevision.com and check out our live broadcast. OCTV, it's your home for Carnival Week.
Hi, I'm Naima, and I'm with Joey Stevens and Bob, and we're here continuing our Caribbean Week crop over coverage.
Yeah.
This has been such an exciting week, as we were talking about.
And we've only just begun. We're only into the second day.
We're only into the second day.
But got a few more to go.
Yeah, I've already been here a week. If you're going to be coming out to crop over, you should try to plan for, 2 weeks if you really can, just to get a real feel for the island. It starts, as we were saying yesterday, like way back in May. Yeah. But to really get a feel for the festival, about 2 weeks is a good amount of time to come.
This is kind of like homecoming week with all the big events going on here.
That's a good example.
I was talking to several people in the airport when I arrived here, and I said, are you from Barbados? They said, no, I'm from New York City.
Yes.
I'm from so-and-so. I'm coming back for crop over. So a lot of people come back to see their families and to jump up.
We've been meeting a lot of people. We're staying here at Accra, as we mentioned earlier, and we just, even at breakfast, you just meet people that are from all over the world. You just sit down and talk to them, and they're telling you about their experiences. It's been really, really exciting.
Well, if you're just joining us, again, we're in Barbados. We're here at Crop Over, which is the big festival. And again, this traditionally in the past was the end of the sugarcane season.
Yes, it was.
It's when they cut the crop, and that's why they say crop over. And that turned into a street fest. Actually, it started on the plantations and then moved into the streets eventually, and has become a big, big party.
Yeah, they stopped doing crop over for a while, and they brought it back in 1974, I believe. And it's been going strong ever since.
And I'm glad they did.
Yeah. But one of the great parts about crop over, for me, is not just that there's fun for adults and families, but for the children as well.
Yes.
And I was really, really fortunate to enjoy the children doing a lot of the stuff the adults are there, like the mini versions. And one of those events was Kitty's Kadooment, which is the junior carnival for our young people. Let's take a look. People think of Kadooment as a time for adults, but they forget that really Kadooment is a time for families. So I'm here with the Davis family. We've got Grandma, right?
Mother, yes.
That's
Violet.
Yeah. We've got Mama.
Hi, good afternoon, Joanne.
We've got Daughter. What's your name?
Anaya.
Anaya. And all her friends.
Cousin.
Cousin. Hi, Natalia.
And a whole set of friends. All friends.
So this is a family fair for Kadooment. Yes. Do you guys do Kadooment every year together?
Every year. From the first year, from one, she was in. So this is her 4th, 5th year.
And who do you think enjoys Kadooment more, her or you?
I think the adults, really. Yeah, because, it's a time when they can show off themselves, and it gives them a chance to be fun. And I hope that when they go through, they dance and really enjoy themselves.
Yes. I hope they would really enjoy themselves, too. They look like they're going to enjoy themselves. Are you guys going to enjoy yourselves?
Yeah.
Today's only a reminder of the journey to the...
We're here at Kitty Carnival, where young revelers get a chance to perform in the parade, very much like their adult counterparts 1 week later. I'm here with... it's hot up in here, I'm here with Danielle. Danielle, is this your first Kitty Carnival?
Yes.
Let me tell me about your costume.
I am a flower puff girl who likes to protect the environment from pollution.
That's wonderful. And why do you love to be in Kitty Kadooment?
Because it is lots of fun. I got to meet new people. I got to dance at the street, and it's lots of fun.
Lovely. Let's go dance together. You ready? Come.
And the armbands are decorated to represent the sugar cane before it's put down. These intriguing costumes take us on a journey with memories to behold.
And it was that performance that got Pan Fantasy a win at the 12th annual Pan Alive Steel Pan Competition.
I sing Pan, you say fantasy. Pan, fantasy. Pan, fantasy. When I say Pan, you say fantasy. Pan, fantasy. Pan, fantasy. That's what we think. And tonight I just want to say thank you. Thank you to every one of the band members that came out and did an excellent job. To all the bands out there, I just say thank you. And I think the band is just totally ecstatic tonight. And as you can see, the hard work has paid off and they came first again. This is a three-peat.
It's not a foregone conclusion. It's something that we always have to feel that we have to earn. I mean, the results could go any way and you just never know. You just have to always do your best and stick to what you know and, hope for the best.
For the Ontario Steel Pan Association, this event is the flagship event during Toronto's Caribbean Carnival.
They practice year-round and very hard for this. Some of them have been practicing since January for this show, and it's a big prestige to win the best steel band.
As you can hear, all of these 13 bands sounded fantastic. So these 3 judges here had a big job ahead of them. They judged based on a number of criteria. In fact, one of them came all the way from Trinidad for this competition.
Some of the bands are very close, and I'm glad that there's more than one judge. The standard of the music in Toronto is almost as if it's back home. Quite a few of the arrangers come down, some of the arrangers up to that come up, so it's keeping the culture alive.
12-year-old Kai Roberts with Afro Pan Steel Band came in second place, and he is just one of the youths that hopes to keep the Trinidad and Tobago culture alive through the steel pan.
It was exciting.
How long have you been playing the steel pan?
This steel pan about a month, but I've been playing at school. My grandfather and both my uncles were in it.
The older players are getting old and they will fade off, and the younger ones will have to carry it on, so this is what it's all about.
Welcome back to Pan Alive 2016. We've got the 4th band of 10 bands, or the 5th band rather. So we're halfway through now, the 5th band of 10 bands playing tonight. As she just said, JK Pan Vibrations taking the main stage. I'm going to step out of the way and watch them perform.
on the initiative of Cecil Clark.
All right, so that was JK Pan Vibrations that just wrapped up there. They are the 5th band to take part in tonight's competition, Pan Alive 2016. As you saw behind me during that performance, how much fun they were having. They were having an absolute blast while performing, and that's really what this is all about, keeping the Trinidad and Tobago tradition, the heritage alive through the steel pan here in Toronto, and having fun while taking part in this competition too. So make sure you stick with us. We'll be here all night. We're live at the Allen Lamport Stadium at the 2016 Pan Alive. We'll be right back.
Bob Parrott and Naima is with me. Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much, and thank you to our viewing audience for watching this evening.
Yeah, we're so glad to have her with us. She's brand new with the OCTV news crew and, of course, our Carnival coverage. And again, it's nice to have you on the program.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. We're having a good time here tonight. I hope your Friday's going well, by the way. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes.
It's been a great day.
It's been a great day. It's been a great week, as we were saying before, and we're looking forward to the weekend. We're coming up to the last weekend now, and it's really busy. It's hustling and bustling. There's events, there's cultural events, there's parties, and of course it ends with Grand Kadooment.
The final lap. You're going to be jumping?
I am going to be jumping.
Okay.
I will be jumping with a carnival band. I'm not saying which one yet. I'm going to keep that one a secret.
Okay. Well, Bob and I will be on the road also jumping because,
Does Bob jump?
Pardon me?
Does Bob jump?
Oh, does he jump? My arm gets tired, but he jumps.
He looks like he knows a good party.
He does. But my point is that the greatest thing about the Grand March, the big street parade, is it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a good dancer. You don't have to have a lot of coordination.
No.
It's the music.
It's
Once
the
you
music.
hear the music, it just gets you going, doesn't it?
It is. It's because soca music it's the African drum beat. It goes with your heart. So like anytime you hear the music, it's like you just feel the rhythm, and you kind of have to move your hips and shake your
Good stuff.
Shake a little something and just feel the rhythm. It's the best way to do it.
Well, you do the shaking. At my age, I can't shake too much.
I bet you could do a little bit of shaking, Joey. Joey could do a bit of shaking.
We are at the Acro Beach Hotel Resort and Spa tonight. This is kind of our jungle motif out here. We're by the pool. But we've covered a lot of carnivals throughout the years and met a lot of great people.
I can imagine.
This one, again, one of our favorites. But again, we've been from Trinidad to Aruba to Curacao. You name it, we have done it. And we have a lot of memories, a lot of good things that we could show you. And what we like to do during the program is kind of do what we call one of our flashback segments and show you another time, another place, but wow, what a party. Let's take a look right now. Along with Bob the Parrot, we are at Cropover in Barbados. And one of the big things here is the showing of the costumes before the actual carnival takes place. And this is a huge event for the designers and the people that are involved and just everybody. They look forward every year. This is a big, big event, and one of the biggest bands and one of the biggest blowouts took place with a group called Beige. That's right, Beige. And we're going to go behind the scenes and show you what it was all about right now.
Gorgeous indeed, look at that. This could be you on the road 2015 fly. Tell your friends on Beach International 2015 and more. We keep it love.
You walk into the May, praying, but I think I'm still an angel away. Angel away, yeah, strange in a way.
Remember the session's closed in. All inside from Beach International 2015.
When they aiming at me against them, me against enemies, me against friends. Somehow they both see.
From a jump and fit for your walls. So can you give me powers? Drink me rum and share with others. Fit for your walls. Coming together at one. Yeah! We party. Oh! What the people say. Once the music hit my brain, so much powers I can't explain. Until I pull that game. Perfect song for a perfect outfit, man. We're Beach International. Flying stars. Flying stars. Fly. Looking good from head to toe. We gon' show up. Smoother than a fresh drop. Come on.
Hi, welcome back to Carnival Week on One Caribbean Television. If you're just tuning in, it's Carnival Week. We got our Moco Jumbie here warning off the bad spirits along with our other decor.
Yes, our coconut gargoyles and our feathered boa.
Our feathered boa. Yes, so we're for the next 4 days. Oh, here's our Moco Jumbie.
It's a Moco Jumbie.
We need to figure out a name for him.
Moco Jumbie.
No, like a real name.
Okay.
I mean, like, you know, you're John.
I am.
I'm Lila.
I'll give a little plug to St. Thomas. Why not? Royal Dane Mall, St. Thomas, Tropical Creations.
Yes, there's a very nice lady who made that for us. But for the past 2 hours since 7, we've been covering the Pan Alive competition in Toronto at their Caribbean Carnival, and Barbados is celebrating the big 5-0 for their crop over.
That's right. Crop over is going on strong, and of course Joey and who's
Naima.
Naima is the new lady with us, and she's doing a very good job. And of course, it's a big milestone for both of them, and we're very excited to be part of it, especially the Toronto Caribbean Carnival, because tomorrow's gonna be huge with the big parade, and tonight's still going on as well.
It starts at 10 and goes to 8 p.m.
Yeah, I know. That is a long day.
And we've seen the costumes last night, and to be dragging those for miles.
For 8 hours.
Someone just pick me up and carry me.
There'll be a lot of people calling off sick to work in Toronto. Thank goodness they have free health care.
Moving on, let's send it over to Emily Matson, who's there at the Pan Alive competition.
Welcome back to the 2016 Pan Alive competition. Joining me live there now is the host and the MC. Can you tell me your name, please?
Yes, Josanne Felix. I'm the co-host and commentator for the evening.
All right, well, I guess talk a little bit about the competition. What's happening here tonight?
Well, this evening we are having Canada's version of Panorama, which is an event which happens annually. It mimics what occurs in Trinidad and Tobago, which is the birthplace of the steel pan instrument. And we have a number of renditions here of calypsos and soca songs from Trinidad and Tobago, which have been arranged by the arrangers here, young and old, small bands, and the numbers in the band are small, but they have been powerful in executing the music. And the music has been colorful and really interesting. So I think that there's a lot of talent here in Canada, and I'm very, very happy to see that our culture is transcending and really moving throughout the generations, and that is alive here in Canada.
That was my next question. You kind of answered it, but this is what it's all about. You know, it's the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and to see these youth so involved and having so much fun with it.
Yes, that's part of the idea, because you know, this type of activity allows youth to be involved and really explore their creative side, keeping in touch with the creativity and the music and really getting it out there, you know. And the steel pan is an instrument which is very easy to learn. You don't necessarily have to know how to read music to be able to play the steel pan. But of course, it's a benefit if you do, but you don't necessarily have to.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job tonight. And we know these judges have a tough job ahead of them.
Definitely. I'm glad I'm not in their shoes.
Yeah. You're glad you're the co-host, not the judge. Great. Thank you so much for joining us. I do appreciate it. Have fun. All right. Well, there we have it. Learning a lot about this competition that's been going on for so long here in Trinidad, or here in Toronto. I almost said Trinidad and Tobago. See, that's where I feel like I'm there. Certainly a wonderful time we're having here in Toronto. It's a beautiful evening. Last night we had a wonderful time as well. We brought you to the King and Queen competition. A great time earlier. We introduced you to the male and female individual winners, and then the King and Queen winners again were the Carnival Nations. They won for the 6th year in a row now. They won the competition. And there were a lot of new bands that are taking part. I think there are 12 total that are taking part in all the festivities, the Grand Parade on Saturday, and that took part last night in the King and Queen competition. And from the smallest of costumes to the most elaborate costumes that we saw last night, the costume designers, the band leaders, the contestants themselves put so much effort into that. So before we get back to this competition here, we're going to take a look back last night and all of the preps, what goes into preparing. Sometimes they prepare as much as a year in advance. So take a look at what goes into last night's competition. The King and Queen competition, a Caribbean cultural explosion, is a highlight of Toronto's Caribbean Carnival. It's when the Moss bands unveil their elaborately themed costumes and contestants perform for the thousands of people.
And it's a stiff competition with the band leaders, designers, costume builders, and contestants all playing a role in the costumes designs, which for many is the best part.
Making the costume, the sleepless nights, the decisions. Should I go with this? Should I go with that? The color, everything. That's just making the costume for me is the best part. Of course, I enjoy being on stage. We were up till 2 today, finishing our costume.
Them tell them say I bad, they tell me that I rude, but I like it so cause I put them in the mood.
And the planning and design begins months in advance.
Way early in the year, when it's winter, we come up with the themes, we kind of design the costume, and then from there we do the work to create it.
This year, it was really hard. A lot of work went into it, a lot of timeless hours, a lot of late nights. If I had 10 hours sleep in the last week, I had a lot.
And that's just it for all of those involved in the King and Queen competition. It's exhausting. However, it's also rewarding and a very fun experience.
So you don't get much sleep? No. I'm so tired on stage. I'm like, sacrifice. Adrenaline, let's go. Like, yes, this is it, I'm here. Like, wow.
Vacation, beach.
That's Trinidad. Here in Toronto.
Here too.
You're watching One Caribbean, and I'm Naima, here with Joey Stevens and Bob again. Always loving Bob. I need to get over Bob. I think me and Bob are having like every time I see Bob, I'm like all about Bob.
He's watching you, boy, I'll tell you.
You know, he just gave me the sweet eye again.
I like Naima. I know you do. You probably like rather work with Naima than me. Yeah, well, maybe I would.
So funny.
Good day today?
It was a great day.
Yeah.
Another great day. Busy?
Oh, yeah.
But you know, when you're busy having fun, it doesn't feel so busy.
No. A lot of things going on the next couple of days. If you just joined us, by the way, we are in Barbados. We are at Crop Over, and we'll be here through Monday, through the final street jump up, and we'll bring it all to you right here on One Caribbean Television.
Yes. So, to be honest, we've had so much fun already. One of the things that we talked about yesterday was Soca Royale.
Yes.
Which is the Calypso competition with the Sweet Soca and the Party Monarch. But like we talked about, we've got Kitty Kadoomet. It's the little version of the Grand Kadoomet. Yeah. We've also got a little version of the Calypso competition.
Really?
We do.
Are they good?
They're fantastic.
I don't know if I've ever seen the kids sing.
No, you've never seen the kids?
No, I don't
They're
think I have.
fantastic. It's called the Junior Soca Monarch.
Yeah.
And it's the same feeling that you get from the older, you know, the Soca Royale.
Yeah.
But the thing that I love about the Junior Monarch is that it's like the start of Calypso.
Yeah.
You know, the senior, the older ones now, they're more commercial. They're doing music for the parties, but the kids are just doing the traditional soca, like the social commentary. It's very exciting.
Well, you know, they start them young, and you know, whether it's dancing on the street or singing or performing, and they in turn, you know, grow up and they're the adults of tomorrow.
Well, this year we had a lot of talent at the Junior Soca Monarch competition, and I want you to see what we watched right now. On One Caribbean. You've got Grand Kadoomet and you've got Kitty Kadoomet. You've got Soca Monarch and you've got the Junior Soca Monarch Finals. That's where we are today. We're here with some young people who have been working very, very hard. It's hard to get here in the competition. You have to go from the tents, which happened about 3 weeks ago. You come on to the semifinals, and today we have the best of the best. 8 in each category, age 8 to 12 and age 13 to 18, competing to be the next Soca Monarch King or Queen, the junior version. Now, luckily for our young ladies this year, last year's King Dynamo has moved up into the 13 to 18 category. Today we're watching the 8 to 12 category, and the young ladies have been killing it. So everybody is here with their families. This is an event that is excellent for families. A lot of times when people think about Crop Over, they think it's just about liming and fetting, but really it's not. It's a celebration of families. And Barbados has something extra special to celebrate this year as well, with their 50th anniversary of independence. So a lot of the music is themed in independence, social issues, and the same kind of things that the adults are singing about. So let's put our hands together for all the kids that are coming out today for the Junior Soca Monarch Finals.
We did it for you and me. Happy 50th anniversary. Happy 50th anniversary. Barbados, still imperial, still colonial. It's not good enough for us. I see you waste on opportunity when your parents in your school. Then these schools should have gathering, but instead you play the fool. Follow me here, idiots in the buster, but instead I'm going back home. In your clothes, just like a big.
Hi, everybody. Joey Stevens, Bob the Parrot. We are in Barbados. Of course, it is crop over time. And the big thing here, of course, is the costumes. Everybody looks forward every year to what they're going to look like. They're brand new. And for the designers, it is a huge night when they roll them out. And we had a chance to get kind of a sneak peek of this year's a group called Fantasy. And Fantasy's costumes are going to blow you away. I'd like to show them to you right now. This is from the Hilton Old Fort.
Every time we hear soca music, we get it on bad, bad, bad. Everybody misbehaving. We get it on bad, bad, bad. I never see so much people jumping, jumping. We get it on bad, bad, bad. Every year around this time, this is the place to be, to unwind. Just set your spirit free, let go. Be what you feel to be. Just let the music take control. Take a little wine, but start to drink to the beat. Have a time, cause Carnival belong to me. And nobody can take it. You know it's the greatest. It's time for us to show the world. Cause the leading at the top and we roll. Everybody rocking up. The music keeps you in our soul. Playing my song, playing Juve. Everybody rocking up. No matter the place, it's time for we to set the pace. Cause I never see so much people jumping. Everybody misbehaving. Never see so much waste gyrating. We get it on bad, man. Never see so much bamba walking. For example, I do go laughing. Every time we hear soca music, we get it on bad, bad, bad. Get it on it, we do it mad, mad, mad. Walking on every hand and every fly. It's time to get on bad, yeah.
Hi, everybody. Joey Stevens along with Bob the Parrot. We're in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the carnival continues. Vincimas. Tonight, it's the Vincimas. We've got two activities going on tonight. We actually have a Calypso contest. We have 2 rounds, and we'll crown a champion at the end of the night. So we're about to hear some tremendous music. We also have tonight kind of a glimpse into what the carnival costumes are going to look like, because they have what is called King and Queen of Bands. So we'll get each one of the bands coming through with some of their traditional costumes, and of course get to meet who the kings and the queens are going to be. So let us bring you some great music and also kind of a glimpse at some great costumes. All going on tonight at the Vincimas.
This is JW and Blaze, and you're Hey, you're watching One Caribbean Television, and it's time to balance. Balancing when we on the road. On the pulse of entertainment, One Caribbean Television. Yep.
Welcome back to Carnival Week. I'm Lila Hall. We do want to remind you to log on to our website. You can go to www.onecaribbeantelevision.com/contest to enter to win your chance to an all-inclusive trip for two to the Bahamas along Soca on the Seas. Now you can find more information on our website. Don't forget to enter, and you can also enter your chance to win an iPad Mini and a GoPro. But the cruise is where you want to be at. 3 nights, 4 days to the Bahamas with some of the hottest soca stars in the world. You really want to win that prize, I'm telling you. I want to win that prize. But our Emily Matson is standing by, and another band is about to start playing, so we'll send it over to her. Yeah, Matt, Alex.
Welcome back to Steel Band 2016. Behind me, the Silhouette Steel Orchestra is performing. Take a listen.
Danny Mosca started this band, Silhouette Steel Mystery 1979, now with his son Mark as the arranger, and with a solid complement of veteran panists. No one ever rules out a possible Silhouette's victory at Pan Live. Silhouette is located at 2200 Markham Road in Scarborough, and they have been competing in Pan Live for many years and is hoping to be crowned champions in 2016 with its rendition of Len Bootsy Sharp, Mad Music. Ladies and gentlemen, Silhouette Steel Orchestra.
All right, so there you heard it. That was Silhouettes taking the main stage here, and I would say that they did a fantastic job. So we've got 4 more bands competing. We're going to be here live until 11 o'clock tonight. A big tough job for those judges who are now tallying the results from that performance, which was a spectacular one. So stick with us. We'll be here all throughout the evening at Steel Pan Alive 2016. Until then, we'll be right back. Stick with us.
Welcome back, everybody. Joy along with Bob and Naima, and we're so glad to be with you. We are at Cropover in Barbados.
Yeah.
One of our favorite places. And again, we're so glad to be here. It's been a good day. It's been a busy day, but
it's been a busy day.
We love doing it, don't we?
We love doing it. There's really harder jobs in the world, Joey.
Yeah, there really are. I keep telling myself that. You know, my friends say to me, "You're going to Barbados and you're working?"
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're working.
It's really hard work. Now you guys watching at home, now all your friends know you're really working hard.
Want to congratulate the folks of Barbados. It's the 50th anniversary of their independence, and a little bit later on, next couple of days, they're going to have an emancipation walk. We're going to try to get down that for you. It's a very solemn time, but a very important part. It's all part of Cropover.
Yeah.
And we mentioned that Cropover is more than just the parties and dancing in the street. There's a lot of cultural events that go on here. There's a lot of things behind, a lot of history involved.
Yes, and the National Cultural Foundation, they really like to put out a lot of events and support a lot of events so that people know about not just the partying of Cropover, but also the culture behind it.
Yes. And again, we would encourage you to come on down and experience this whole thing in person, but I would suggest that plan ahead a little bit because hotel rooms become scarce this time of the year.
Yeah.
We mentioned earlier, a lot of folks come back, it's like a homecoming.
It is.
You know, people come back, they want to party, they want to see their friends,
Yeah.
and the island gets a little bigger.
It gets busy. You know, Carnival is an industry on any island, and
right.
Cropover is becoming a bit more like that. It used to be a little easier, but now you kind of have to really plan ahead. Yeah.
We're by the pool tonight. We're at the Acro Beach Hotel Resort and Spa, and again, they are our hosts, and I certainly want to thank them. I want to thank our friends from Trident TV too. They've helped us with some of the footage that that we needed to put some of our packages together that they had for some of the earlier events. They always do a really nice job for us. You know, one of the things that I really find interesting and important about Cropover is not only just the music, the soca, the dancing, the street parties, but the cultural events. We had a chance to go over to the visual festival.
That sounds interesting.
Yes. A lot of the local artists, a lot of beautiful paintings, a lot of sculptures, and again, you really get an appreciation for the talent that is on this particular island.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to show that to you right now. Let's take a look together.
I'm with Rodney Eiffel, and of course we're at the Visual Arts exhibit in Barbados for Cropover. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, thank you, Joey. Welcome to Barbados, and always good to see you year after year supporting our festival.
It's good to be back, it really is.
Right.
I wanted to come over for this particular event because, you know, to me, Cropover is more than just dancing in the street and partying. It is really the culture, the history, and I think a lot of it is exhibited right here. Tell us a little bit about what we have here.
Indeed, Joey. We're standing here in the space of the Central Bank of Barbados. This exhibition is the Central Bank-sponsored Cropover Visual Arts Festival. For the last 5 years, we have turned the exhibition into a festival. So we used to have it before that in one space. All the disciplines, including the works in 2-dimension, works in 3-dimension as well, and in craft, we used to have in one space. But then 5 years ago, we got the brave initiative to embellish the exhibition, expand the footprint of our sponsors, the Central Bank, and we thank them for that, and go into our city, beautiful, historic Bridgetown, where we examine our tangible and intangible culture. And then we found other spaces in there, including the Queen's Park Gallery at Pelican, and available spaces. And then we separated the genres. For example, we had 2-dimensional work in one space, 3-dimensional work in another space, and craft. And then we expanded that footprint throughout the central bank since they've been sponsoring this exhibition since 1994. Believe that?
Yeah, that's a long, long time.
Long time.
And this is also a competition, right? These artists are being judged and potentially could win some pretty good money.
Oh yes, an exhibition competition is open to adults 18 years and over who are resident or citizen in Barbados, and we invite them to participate and bring on their pieces. Sometimes we do themes, like for example, this year's theme is Strict Guardians of Our Heritage, Firm Craftsmen of Our Faith, and it's all celebrating our 50th anniversary as an independent nation.
Okay. What about the arts in Barbados? Are they alive and growing? What's the situation?
Yeah, I would say the arts in Barbados are very vibrant, as I would say we are supported by wonderful institutions, such as the institution that I work for, the National Cultural Foundation, and that was established by an Act of Parliament in the 1980s, around 1981 or 83, I believe. And then today we support all the developmental programming. For example, we have a Youth Achieving Results program here in Barbados to encourage youth to, for example, jewelry making and basket making and dance and singing. And we also have our Ministry of Culture. They're our parent ministry, and they set the policy also. And we would have recently evolved into the Cultural Industries Development Act and the Cultural Industries Development Authority, for which there are other opportunities and embellishments for artists to benefit and prosper from. So all of this activity feeds into each other, and all the institutions work collaboratively to ensure that the arts remain healthy and vibrant on the island. And our artisans, of course, I'm over 600 on my list for sure, also work together to ensure that their products are promoted and things of this nature. So we also welcome opportunities like this to make the arts very visible in Barbados and to the world.
Well, we're going to look around at some of these beautiful pieces that you have. We're at the Visual Arts Festival in Barbados for Crop Over. Rodney, thank you for your time.
Thank you, too, and thank you for this.
Appreciate it. Hi, everybody. Joey Stevens along with Bob the Parrot. We're at Crop Over in Barbados. And one of the big things that is very popular here before the actual, well, big parade is the rollout of the different costumes. This is a huge thing. I want to show you a group called Kosha that is one of the bigger groups here, and this was held at Harrison's Cave to a very big and enthusiastic crowd. As I said, they look forward to seeing what the costumes are going to be every year, because every year they're brand new. And you get a peek right now.
Next section we bring to you, Coast of Barbados, And up next, the some mess again. We gonna make some mess again. Coming up next, we have Surge. So right now, I just had my best friends at the bed. And last but not least, the Coast of Barbados 2015. We're going to bring to you once again on the catwalk all the section leaders for Coast of Barbados 2015. Everybody in Harrison's Cave, make some freaking noise to me, come on.
All right, welcome back. We hope you enjoyed our 2-hour live broadcast of nothing but fun.
Yeah, fun, fun, fun in the proverbial sun.
That's right. We featured the Pan Alive competition that's going on in Toronto and the Big 5-0 for Crop Over in Barbados.
That's right. We had a good time there, and of course, Joey, still legs a little not tanned.
Sunlight, Joey.
Yes, sunlight, vitamin D. Okay, and after you enter to win a cruise, remember that? Have you done that?
Have you done that yet?
That's right. Don't forget to head over to our One Caribbean page, of course, and catch up on anything you missed here tonight.
Right.
And don't forget that this is only day 2. We still have 3 more days to go.
3 more days, and Emily's going to continue the Pan Alive competition from 10 to 11, so you don't want to miss that. It's goodbye for you and I until tomorrow. Right. The big parade for those of you going to the parade in Toronto and the Grand Canoe Mint in Barbados.
That's right. There's a lot of going on. Remember, have fun, and don't forget to rub your Moko Jalubi. What is it?
Moko Jumbi.
Your Moko Jumbi.
Good night.
If you're just tuning in, you're watching me, Naima, and Joey and Bob, and our crop over coverage this year on One Caribbean Television.
And we're so glad you could be with us. We certainly hope that you enjoyed the programming that we brought you over the last couple of nights, but we're not done yet.
Not even close.
No. We got through Monday night, and we'd love to have your company.
Yes, there's going to be so much to be seen. If you're not watching, you're going to miss out, and you won't know what to do when you come here next year, because you won't want to miss it, to Barbados' Crop Over Festival.
That's right. We're going to try to show you some things that are going on here on the island, other than just crop over, things about Barbados itself, because there's a lot of history here, a lot of culture here, and a lot of great people here, and we're going to try to show you some of those. But we have to say goodnight for tonight.
Too bad.
But not goodbye.
Not goodbye.
No,
and we are saying goodnight to you, but that doesn't mean it's goodnight for us.
We will be back tomorrow night. We'd love to have your company here on One Caribbean Television, and of course, Crop Over, as we continue with Carnival Week. From the beautiful island of Barbados, have yourself a wonderful night, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
Good night.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us here on One Caribbean Television for our extended coverage of Carnival Week. And we're here in Toronto for Toronto's Caribbean Carnival, specifically at the Steel Pan 2016 competition, where the 8th band is just getting started. Sala's Steel Pan Academy is the name of the band. They've been around for some time, and they're actually a 4-time winner of Pan Alive. So you hear they're just getting started. I'm going to step out of the way, and let's listen to their performance. welcome back to Steel Pan Alive 2016. That was Sala Steel Pan Academy that you just heard. That's a nonprofit organization that's actually a 4-time winner of Steel Pan here from 2007 to 2010, and they did a wonderful job on Bass on Fire was the song that they sing. Now I'm going to bring in a live interview. We've got Dick Luchin. He's with the Calypso Association here to talk about tonight's event. Thank you for joining us, Dick.
Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. I guess tell me a little bit about tonight's event.
Well, tonight's event is nice. They're all coming out here to win the championship, and that's bragging rights. Who's the best steel band in Canada, in Toronto and Canada, because this is the best of what Canada has to offer. Like, for example, this last band here came all the way from Montreal, so they come from all over to play here to, you know, for that type of title. And that's what it's all about. So some of their singing nice. It's a lot of young people and the veterans as well. And this is the big night for the steel pan in Canada, you know. So
yeah, and talk a little bit about. I've noticed it's a family affair for many people. It's young as I think 6 years old. I saw.
Well, this particular band that we just saw is Salah Wilson, and it's a family band. He has a lot of his daughters and grandchildren in the band, and he comes out of Montreal in Quebec, and he recruits, he teaches as well, so he brings a lot of the students into the steel band, right? So, but also the other bands as well incorporate a lot of young people, so a lot of young people love it. It keeps them out of trouble. It's a, you know, it's an avenue for them, and they love music, and once you get them involved in something creative, it keeps them away, you know, so it's been good. Yeah, so there's a lot of young people. You know.
And Calypso is just such a wonderful part of the Caribbean and Caribbean culture.
Yeah.
So talk about that and how cool it is to have it really come alive here in Toronto.
Well, true. Well, I am the president of the Calypso Association, and we had our finals last week Sunday. And we have a new monarch, someone was crowned, because we had 14 singers vying for the monarch title. And Connector, one of the performers, won the competition. That's Joelle Davis. Makume Fifi, who sang, she was the first runner-up, and she has won the title on 6 occasions. So, you know, it's been really good. We have a lot of activities here in Toronto year-round. As the president, we try to do things, space it out during the year. I also teach young people in Scarborough, Calypso and Soca, and they have 9 CDs. So we almost nurture the culture, bring them up into the culture, and you know, that's what we do.
Yeah, you must really love this time of year then, every year.
Well, I love this time of year. This time of year is really the highlight for the artists in Toronto to come and showcase themselves, you know, and bring out the best, and you know, it's really a busy time, yes.
And what do you think of the Steel Pan Alive this year so far? It's a stiff competition, I think.
Well, it's always a stiff competition because people are vying to dethrone last year's champions. So they practice so hard nightly in the pan yards to come out here and play their best for the audiences, you know. So it's really, this is what it's all about, you know. They come out with presentations, how they paint the pans, the uniforms, the whole, trying to impress the judges and the public, you know. So it's been
great. Anything I'm missing? Anything you want to add?
Well, I just want to say that our Calypso Association, we have been doing it for 36 years, and our association was founded in 1981. And you know, look, there's a lot of years, you know, we've been carrying on. Steel Pan, I guess I don't know the actual years, but they've been doing it for years too. But what we are all trying to do is keep our culture alive, our rich culture, share it with the world and Canadians, and for all nationalities, all races, all cultures. We think we have a very rich culture, and again, the mask costumes is also part of that culture, because the 3 components of the culture is the mask, the steel pan, and Calypso. And this is our time in Toronto to showcase it all, you know, so we try to keep it up every year.
Well, and I'm glad you do, and thank you so much for sharing it with Toronto and the world and everybody down in the Caribbean region that is watching us, because it's cool to see this happening here.
Thank you very much.
Great, sounds good. Well, enjoy, yeah. All right, so we've got Afro Pan that is setting up now. They have been working, like you said, every band here is really working to dethrone the champion from years past, and in years past, for the past several years, it has been Pan Fantasy. So it's really between these 2 bands, between all 10 bands, but specifically these 2 are really kind of rivals. So it'll be interesting to see what what happens here tonight. Some great competition, so make sure you stay tuned. We're going to be here until 11 o'clock tonight listening to the steel pan. I've got a good gig going on here. We'll be right back.
I am here with the queen. She is the queen of soca, Allison Hines. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, Allison.
Hi.
We just saw Allison perform. You were fantastic.
Thank you very much.
It's like you're aging backwards.
Yeah, I kind of get that a lot. That's a good thing.
You still sing as beautifully. You still look as beautiful.
Thank you very much.
What would you say is the secret to your success? You're more than 20 years in the soca game. What would you say is the secret to your success?
I honestly is that I love what I do, and I mean, you know, I say it every time I get interviewed. I love what I do. I love entertaining people. I love making music and seeing the way that it affects people. And so many people, you know, I can just make a song and send it out there and it will affect thousands upon hundreds of thousands of people.
Yes.
That's an amazing thing and it makes them happy.
Yes.
That's the great thing.
Yes.
Music can transform anybody's situation. You could be feeling the most depressed and you hear your favorite song and that completely, you know, transforms you and just sends you someplace else. So I truly love what I do.
You know, because I was feeling a bit tired. Right. And then you start to sing Paloma. And I was there, stop dancing, but you just can't not dance to your music. It's just so fantastic.
Thank you. I love that.
So this year we covered Soca Royale, and there was actually only one female contestant in Soca Royale, Nikita. But you have been Party Monarch, and you won that competition. How do you feel about the current stream of women in soca music?
I mean, they're doing well. There's still the younger ones that are coming up. They still have a lot to learn, and they still have a ways to go. And they understand that. That's a good thing. They know that they have a good ways to go still, but they're willing to put in the work. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the next couple of years is going to look like for the female vocalists, especially coming out of Barbados, because we have out of Trinidad already that are out there, and a couple of the other islands. But in terms of Barbados, you know, I want to see somebody really come out, because really, it's only me right now in terms of soca. It's only me, so I want some company. Yeah. You know, I want some company.
It really is only you.
Yes.
And what about your soca song for this year's Crop Over, Carnival Way? Tell me about that.
Carnival Way was written by Pretty from out of Trinidad. So it's a Barbadian Trinidad collaboration. Because you know I'm a Caribbean woman, so that's what I do.
Us too, one Caribbean.
There you go. So I met him during Carnival for the first time, and we connected, and everything just kind of went from there. So.
Well, thank you for talking to us today, Allison.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we know in 20 more years you're still going to be walking up.
Yeah, stink.
Thank you. Welcome back to Pan Live 2016, where Afro-Pan Steel Pan is getting ready to take the center stage here at the Pan Live Competition 2016. They're the last of two bands. There's going to be them and then the Pan Fantasy. And they've really kind of got a rivalry going on for the past several years that I've been covering this event. They've really just kind of nipped at the heels of Pan Fantasy. So obviously they're looking to
to dethrone them this year, but Pan Fantasy obviously stepping up their game too because they want to keep that title of winner of Pan Alive 2016. So it'll be really interesting to see every single band that played tonight. I tell you what, did a fantastic job, and I love it. I have an absolute blast. This is one of my favorite events of Toronto Caribbean Carnival festivities, really bringing alive the Trinidad and Tobago culture here during this event. And you've got young people, you've got youth, I think from 6 years old in some of the bands. I think the first band that played, they aged and ranged from 6 to 21 years old. So pretty impressive stuff here. Now this is the Afro-Pan Steel Band. It's one of the oldest steel bands in Toronto, founded by Earl LePierre Sr. He's a veteran pianist, musician, music teacher as well. And the band has a huge record too, more than 30 first place titles, including the Ontario Steel Pan Association and the Pan Alive competition as well. They've won this several times here. Now, Afro-Pan Steel Pan, it's a non-profit organization referred to as many as the People's Band. Get this, it was established all the way back in 1973, so they've been around for some time. And many Canadians have learned to play the steel pan by taking instructional classes with Afro-Pan. So a lot of people grew up playing with this band. right, that was Afro Pan, Steel Pan. They're going to break down. They're going to break down. Like we said, that was one of the oldest bands, Steel Pan bands. They're going to break down, and then afterwards, the next band, Pan Fantasy, is going to come and take the stage, and they'll be the final competitor for tonight's Pan Alive 2016. So make sure you stick with us. We'll be right back. Toronto for the Pan Alive competition 2016, and the Afro Pan, Steel Pan still getting a round of applause for a fantastic performance that they just did. Now behind me, Pan Fantasy is setting up their steel pans. They are the last and final band, final orchestra to play tonight. Now let me tell you a little bit about Pan Fantasy. They have actually held the title here at Pan Alive since 2012. They also won back in 2005. So they are the reigning champions for the past several years. But their challenge is they have to hold on to that title, and many people want to kick them out of that top spot and win the Pan Alive 2016. So they're really going to have to step it up and bring it to the crowd, which I'm sure they will. They are a non-profit like many other bands Pan Fantasy is. Their leader is Wendy. She's probably wandering around here somewhere. I've met her the past several years. She does a fantastic job with this band and really enjoys it as well, as do all of the bands here tonight. So while they set up, we're going to let them set up. We're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back, and hopefully they'll be almost ready to roll. Stick with us.
I'm here in Fajardo with Jason from East Island Excursions. Tell me, why should anyone come on this boat tour?
I think we're the best company to do snorkeling.
What's the most fun part of the day?
Just dealing with all types of people. Water, the beach, being in the ocean.
And why should anyone choose East Island Excursions instead of another boat tour?
You could choose any type of trip you want. So whatever type of trip you like. So if you like a sailboat, if you like power boats, so it's all out there for whoever wants to do it.
It's definitely amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It was great.
It's different than anything I've seen
Yeah.
before.
We could not have asked for a more beautiful experience. You absolutely have to go out on one of these boats and relax and enjoy the sights and do some snorkeling, take in the sun and the beautiful white beaches, and just enjoy the whole environment and immerse right into the whole culture.
East Island Excursions, the best snorkeling tour in Puerto Rico.
This hurricane season, don't get caught in the storm. If emergency management officials issue a mandatory evacuation order, head to safer surroundings. Stay tuned to One Caribbean Weather for our updates on watches and warnings. Get cash. Fill your car with gasoline. Tell friends and family what your plans are. Map out an evacuation route if you plan to leave. Put together a disaster supply kit. Have a plan prepared for your pet. Secure your home before leaving, including locking doors and removing loose objects. Don't attempt to return home until the storm has passed and safety officials say it's okay.
From the magnificent Kaitour in Guyana, you're watching WSCE TV at One Caribbean Weather.
I'm Emily Matson in Toronto, and you're watching One Caribbean Television. Welcome back to Pan Alive 2016. We're live here in Toronto. Thank you so much for tuning in to One Caribbean Television and sticking with us throughout the evening to watch all of these different bands perform. They put so much work. They practice so hard for this competition. It is a big one. So as you can see behind me, Pan Fantasy is setting up. Wendy's there with the blonde hair there, pushing around everything. She is the band leader, and she has worked several years with this band tirelessly to make sure that they do a fantastic job. And let me tell you, they've actually held the title since 2012. So they're looking to continue that, make that happen yet again. It's a pretty large band, as you can see. Hi, Wendy! There she is. She's excited. See, we got Wendy live.
Hi, how are you? I'm good.
You excited?
I'm excited. I'm totally excited. Everybody's excited. This is a wonderful evening. We've worked so hard as usual. You know how we do it. And the band is ready to go.
And this will be, if you win tonight, it'll be what year in a row?
Our 5th year.
But that has to be hard. A lot of pressure, right?
A lot of pressure it is. But once you know the music and you can execute it, you're good to go.
All right. Best of luck to you. Thank you so much for stopping and talking. You always do a fantastic job. Thank you. As she says, they have a lot of fun, so we'll wait and see how they do tonight. Look at how it's a big band. I should have asked her how many people are in the band. We'll find that out later. So stick with us. Like I said, they're setting up. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you stay tuned because it's going to be a great show. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pan Alive 2016. Pan Fantasy is getting set up, ready to perform tonight. We've got Wendy Jones as the band leader. She's been with them for several years. They've actually held the spot, they've won the Pan Fantasy or the Pan Alive competition for the past 5 years now. So I just talked with Wendy. She said, you know, it's great to be here yet again, but that's a lot of added pressure, you know, to like we also spoke with the King and Queen winners last night. And the Carnival Nations is the mouse band who won the King and Queen last night, and they were saying the same thing. It is great, and they're very appreciative of winning, and they try very hard to do it each and every year. But again, you've got that added pressure to keep it up, and you've kind of got to step it up, and you can't hold back. You got to give it all each and every year. And a few years ago, I went Lyman with it, and it's called in Toronto. It's called Lyman in the Panyard, and that's when you go and you play your steel pan, you play it hard, you just have a lot of fun too. Maybe have a couple drinks, obviously not for the youngins, but so it's a great time for families, it's a great time for friends, and tradition for many of these people. Many of these people have grown up, a lot of veterans, but again, you see a lot of youngins in there. And when you watch them perform, make sure you pay attention to how much fun they're having. It's kind of hard to miss it, but they have an absolute blast. They're dancing, they're moving, and that's part of what some of the judges are looking for. I'm going to look at the pamphlet real quick to let you know what exactly the judges are looking for, but there's different categories. Arrangement is what is a big part of it, and that's just kind of the harmonization, the melody, how do they do? That's like 40 points. And then the general performance as a whole. How are they performing? How do they sound? Stuff like that. And then they've got the tone, rhythm, and add that together, and then they decide who their winner is. They're getting ready to perform, so we're going to go to a break real quick. Stick with us. We should be back, and they should be ready to roll. Welcome back to Pan Alive 2016. The defending champion Pan Fantasy is just about to start. You just heard the host introduce them, so I'm going to step aside and let's take a listen. Again, they are the defending champions, the final performance of the evening. This is Pan Fantasy Steel Band performing Unforgettable.
Hello, you can take me.